What's up, YouTube? It's your understander back with another video for you today. And we are watching House of the Dragon. As you can see, I'm dressed for the occasion. Team black all the way. But also wearing black because we lost an OG last episode. We lost an OG. I still don't have words, truthfully. It makes no sense. But I'm not gonna keep eating here. Let's see what happens. Let's see the carnage that's left behind by this. Damn.
The traitor dragon Maylease, slain at Rook's Rest by your king, to Aegon!
There's been a lot of discourse about this part in particular. I don't know why they thought this was a good idea to show this to the people.
It is an abomination.
Don't they realize we won the battle?
No, idiot.
Victory.
You can say all you want. This is a victory, but
I thought the dragons was gods.
that's what I'm saying, and that's what people were saying online. They were saying the Targaryens, they're dragons. They will always have that status because of their relationship with dragons. So to basically parade them in the street for the common folk to just see, it's kind of like, one, you're showing that you guys aren't you weren't. The Targaryen power lies in the fact that they have dragons. So to basically show the people that the dragons are not, they're invincible. I mean, they're not invincible. It's kind of interesting. I'm not saying that the common people can kill the dragon, but like that just sends like a very crazy message to the people. He doesn't have an heir, so what? It has to fall to Aemon if he were to die.
Is he alive?
His grace remains with us for the moment.
So I guess they're invincible to the dragon fire, but maybe the armor itself, because it's metal, it gets hot, so it kind of.
Someone will have to rule in his stead.
Our largest dragon has been killed. Kristen Cole marches about the Crown Lands unchallenged. Duskendale and Rook's Rest are gone. We still have no ground army but the one we hope that Daemon will raise. It is merely that the gentler sex, heretofore, has not been much privy to the strategies of battle or their execution.
There has been peace in our lifetime. You've seen no more battles than I have.
Right. So shut the fuck up. What are we talking about? You haven't been to war. So what are you talking about? Like, why don't you go down there and raise your own army? Go.
Question.
What would you have me do?
What? Send more dragons? Cause all they say is send the dragons. Like, send the dragons to do the hard work. Aren't you supposed to be knights? Y'all want to sit up here and talk about genders? Aren't you supposed to be out there swinging a sword? Isn't that what you're good for? Swinging a sword? But y'all just want the dragons to do the hard work. So what's that? A coward. So what are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about? Y'all ain't done nothing but sit there and complain. while this woman went out there and fought war and died in action. It's more than you can say.
They control the crossing at the Twins. Cregan Stark's Greybeards are marching south. If his men had a direct route into the Riverlands, we would not have to wait for Dame to act. I will treat with the Freys to secure it.
She will not like it.
Then don't tell her.
We choose fire.
Okay. Extra cars.
I did not think they would be so eager to die.
Damon.
They made their choice.
There are things the crown itself must not be seen to do. Show them your worst.
I am your servant, Your Grace.
Damon.
I have hunting hounds that are more fearsome.
They are dragons nonetheless. I do not recall you specifying the size of the beast in your request.
Will you goad me, child?
Parading a dragon's head through the streets like a prize of war. But the people see an ill omen.
Yes, as do I.
They are afraid. Bread is scarce. The king has fallen. They whisper to each other that when Viserys lived, there was peace.
That's why I kind of feel like Viserys, that man really, he stood fast in what he believed in, but to a certain extent, I wish he would have done more. I do wish he could have done more. I think he didn't expect war to come. He definitely wasn't expecting war to come between Rhaenyra and Aegon. But then you wonder, how can you not? There's been turmoil. I mean, he died when they were on, like, gonna build. I don't know. However, she got a point. Sir Krista don't know shit about war. He just know how to swing his sword in the field. At least he know how to do that more than this council that Rhaenyra has. They just sit there and complain all day, telling him to send the dragons in. She's saying,
What you cannot do, let others do for you.
what she's saying is, let me fuel the fire of the people at the Red Keep. They can't do much with a civil unrest and a war at the same time.
In love and in anger. She did not always care for me. But...
She did not.
And with her gone, I must rely on you, I think. Your Grace. Would you give this to your grandsire? I do not wish to stand alone.
Damon. Damon.
Who is that?
You.
Is that Emma? So Damon was... Did Emma have blonde hair? Oh, she did. That's kind of insane. So he had a thing for Emma?
My favorite son.
That's a weird thing to say. That's a weird thing to say.
You seem sure of this.
All men may be led, Sir Simon. Even rivermen. It is a matter of showing them whom it behooves them to follow. You should address me as my king.
But you're the prince.
What would you call the husband of the queen?
Well, the king.
There it is, then.
Consort.
That last bit seems unnecessary, don't you think?
No. Damon.
I must admit, I'm not sure he will ever wake.
I have plied my crafts to their fullest extent. Our king's fate lies with the gods now.
I think she knows that Aemon's not who should be taking shit over.
Did you have a candidate
Me.
in mind, Your Grace?
I myself served in this role for my husband. I am well prepared to do it again.
What would it say if in response to Rhaenyra's crowning we raised up a woman of our own?
It's agreed, then.
I think Allison can be dumb in a lot of ways, but I think she knows who her kids are. She knows that Aegon's an idiot, and she knows that Aemon is gonna destroy them all. That's literally, she knows that, and they're too blind to see that. But Laris did have a point. You usurped Rhaenyra's throne because she was a woman, only for you to. It looked away. Should have thought that. Should have thought of it before.
Then let the gates be closed. No one is to leave or enter save with our consent. Merchants, so forth.
What did he just say? They're gonna seal the people in the city. Obviously, it's just locking people down. Allison, are you having a panic attack?
For all we know, every road leads into the Dragon's Teeth.
Like the one they carted through the streets. You think Rhaenyra will let such an affront go unchallenged?
But that man doesn't look like the man that's in the bar.
Seeing faithfully to the Prince Regent's commands.
Aemond is the next in line. It is the order of things.
You know what he is. What he has somehow become.
And then again, here we go every time. And here we are back to him with Allison. You know who you raised. Come on. Come on. Come on. You know who you raised. Come on, Allison. You know who you have raised. You have coddled them boys. Even if you don't like them, you have excused all of their wrongdoings from the moment they were born.
We have given the war to the dragons. The dragon rider should lead us.
Allison, pull his card. She should have pulled his card. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. In the last episode, you decided to take Rook's Rest as a way of baiting Rhaenyra out. What you didn't expect was for Rhaenys to come. But you were expecting a dragon to come. So miss me with this bullshit of we handed the war to the dragons. Your plan handed the war to the dragons. Your plan. Because if it wasn't, then why would you have, if your plan was not to bait Rhaenyra out with a dragon, then why would you have Vhagar in the back waiting for action? Waiting for a dragon to come back. What are we talking about here? Like, come on. Literally, come on. What are we talking about? Because this is probably the stupidest idea you could do as well. Is that too close?
And the protection of my uncle.
And Daemon, I'm sure, has consented to this?
He will do as his queen commands.
That does lend us some comfort. Though it occurs to me that dragons cannot be in two places at once.
Or three.
Just serious.
My mother will want more than your crossing.
What does her grace desire?
Bent knees.
Daemon, as somebody said, Daemon be on these side quests, and he needs to get back to the main story.
Set an example for the rest of the Riverlands to follow.
And once again, in the name of power, it's the weak and the women who must endure.
Fresh news from Stonehenge. The Blackwoods have overwhelmed the Brackens, and Lord Amos has pledged his banner to you. House Bracken is yours.
Damon, you are losing the plot. Losing the plot. This is why he is like a petulant child. Damon, nobody wants you to be king. You have to get that through your head. Come on.
The queen who never was, and she flew to Rook's Rest of her own will, in defense of her kin.
And she died.
She died as she would have wished to die, with honor, in Dragonfire, the way my mother chose, and the way I myself wish to meet my end.
So you just had to get read by your granddaughter. Why does somebody have to continue to drag you over the coals? The coals.
I would make you my heir.
I am blood and fire. Driftmark must pass to salt and sea.
She just said, fuck out of here. I'm a Targaryen through and through.
We cannot challenge King's Landing without the Riverlands. But I will not send a message by Raven for Damon to disregard. Reason with him. Find out his state of mind and his intentions.
Intentions?
He would.
He would not dare.
Have you known Damon to lack in daring?
Aw. Aw. You're going to go swing your sword. It's taken them too long to try and reach Damon. Truthfully.
A terrible war is being fought in these lands. Have you looked after our girls?
Or from a man who ordered the slaughter of a child in his mother's arms.
That is a lie, and I will have the man who told it brought before me.
Oh, your man is half the kingdom, my prince.
We shall not raise our banners for a tyrant.
Damon. You are just turning more people to House Green.
Move along, lass.
I have an errand for the Lady Missaria.
I thought she was dead.
Would she die without collecting her due?
Oh, thank God. It's a very cool shot. I'm just be honest with you.
And the first wielder of Dark Sister.
I hope you do not mean to use her as an example.
Why shouldn't I?
Oh, it was a long time ago.
You about to get cussed out, and it's okay. Take it like the air.
You do not give me leave to go to anything. But who else is there? Rhaenys is dead and Baelor cannot bear the burden alone.
And when Aemond comes hunting for you, your dragon is young. Will you fly before Vhagar as Luke did? Vhagar is big, but Syrax is quicker.
So was Meleys.
Meleys fought 2 dragons and one of them is slain. Are you suggesting we put a Malister on a dragon? A Tarly?
It's better than death and defeat.
There are records here, surely, of our line, and of those who fell out of it.
It's a very dangerous game you're playing. End of episode. We have like, I think 4 more episodes after this, or 3 more. Because last episode was the halfway point, so we got 3 more episodes. I'm telling you, it sucks. It truly sucks knowing how certain things play out. I'm telling you. 'Cause I really try not to look for spoilers, but Twitter just loves spoiling stuff. Like I know it's in the books, but like can people experience it for the first time without people just like, spoiling things? Like I do not like Eamon Vagar in Cole, but in no way did I want to know what happens with Eamon and Vagar and Cole. There's no, I do not want to know. That's, I don't even want, it's already bad enough that I know that how how the line of succession plays out. Like you're kind of just like just waiting for the ball to drop, you know? And I don't like that. And then people will get online and say, "Well, it's in the books." Not everybody's read the books. So, let's just run it down. I think that's where we are. Just running it down. So, let's run it down. So, so Queen Ray Ray. Um Truthfully, I have not a lot of words for Rhaenyra and Alicent this episode. I think I think Alicent kind of knows how this is gonna play out for the rest of the. Is how it's gonna play out. Um. So. Uh. I can't stand that man Cole, and they said it. He thought it would be a power move to have the dragon paraded through the streets. When that's not a power move. If anything, you're only like they said, you're showing that the Targaryens who have been built up for being these dragon riders riding these indestructible dragon, this like they're close to God, like they're this power, and you just show that they're touchable. Sure, the people don't know that it was slain by. I mean, they said that it was slain by Aegon, but like that could mean a lot of things. And I just think that's not a power move. But in his pea brain mind, he thinks, oh, of course the people are going to love it. No, they're not going to love it because the people are starving in the streets. They're starving and you're just parading meat. I'm not going to go too deep in this because I already said what I had to say about his sad boy behavior. Because he was not expecting Rhaenys to come over there and start killing people. And as the hand of the king and this general who's supposed to be the key guy for the Greens, that was very much a very ignorant thought to have. Truthfully, let's keep it real. Even if Rhaenyra came over there, the chances of her blowing your soldiers away with fire are high. You're dealing with dragons. What did you expect to happen when a dragon came to the battlefield? To just stay in the sky and watch? What was he? I guess you could say, well, he was planning for it to be Rhaenyra. So then Rhaenyra would have died and it would have ended the war. the same thing as if Aegon would die. You would just put somebody else up, and it would have been Jace. There still would have been more. But okay. Amen. You're gonna run that place into the ground. Now that you locked the people in the city. I don't know where he's going with this. I don't know if he's really gonna try and take the throne. But Damon, you guys can fight about the throne after you actually get the throne. Maybe. That's all I gotta say. And I think that's where we're gonna end the episode off. If you guys enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the following stuff. And I'm gonna catch you in the next video, which will be Shrek. And then the next episode of this that following Tuesday. Alright, so catch you in the next video.